I'm Steve Adubato. This is the New Jersey Performing Arts Center. This is One-on-One, and we are pleased to welcome Mr. Larry Tamburri, who is Executive Director of the Newark School of the Arts, which in 2017 is celebrating its
50th anniversary.
Wow. For those who do not know what the Newark School of the Arts is, describe it.
It's an after-school program of sequential art training in 4 disciplines: music, dance, visual arts, and drama.
Why does it matter so much, particularly in a city like Newark?
Well, it matters everywhere, but it matters particularly in a city like Newark because there isn't enough art training in the school system.
Let's break this down a little bit. People will say, yeah, the arts are nice, but it doesn't matter that much because you've got these basic skills that kids need, you say?
I say that actually the arts make a big difference in people's lives. They change people's lives. And it's been documented in many different ways how it improves academic performance, if that's of interest.
The arts?
Yes, if that's of interest.
Give us an example.
Well, if you look to see which students, if you're in a school system where there's a strong music program, you'll see that the kids that are achieving the most academically will usually be the kids in the band and orchestra.
That really is true, isn't it?
That's really true. If you want to hear a really good orchestra, go to MIT. They don't even have a music program, but they have a really great orchestra. Carnegie Mellon, same thing.
Little correlation there?
A little correlation there, yes.
Well, talk about your background. You've directed a few symphonies, have you not, over 30 years?
Yeah, well, I was the CEO, not the music director.
Okay, well, yeah. You've been the boss, the leader.
Yes. So I had a 30-year career in symphony management.
Describe that.
Well, it was, you kind of have to do everything when you're in symphony management. You have a board of directors, so you have to develop that and work with that group. You have to raise money, sell tickets, work with
I'm sorry,
artists.
you're talking about public television right now?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Work with artists.
Yes.
You have 100 musicians that you have to try to keep happy, plus a music director. So it's an interesting and complex field. It was a really good career. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
So you're from Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. You were involved in that symphony.
Yeah, that was at the end of my career. That was my last orchestra. Pittsburgh Symphony is one of the world's great orchestras, and we toured every year to Europe or Asia, and it was a really great experience. But at the end of 30 years, I thought it would be nice. My wife really loved New Jersey. We wanted to come back again. So we moved back here, and I just kind of moved into this area again.
Make the connection between the work you're doing with the School of the Arts and the work with the symphony.
Well, symphony orchestras in New Jersey, I can tell you, has an excellent education program. But they're more exposure programs, or they're programs where they have a youth orchestra that can help bring talented kids along. But there are a lot of kids that can't be part of that program because every child should have the opportunity and access to all the arts. And nonprofit organizations don't have the capacity to provide complete art training. And so, the Newark School of the Arts comes closest to it in our area because that's what we try to do. But we can't really reach enough students. The school system really has to be in the school system. And when it's not in the school system, it really is difficult.
Where do the dollars come from? I mean, we talked about fundraising.
Well, we have to raise money. So we have some very generous foundations in New Jersey. We get money from the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, and we ask individuals for support.
Corporate foundation support.
Corporate foundation support, yeah. So a big part of my job actually is fundraising, as one would expect, yeah.
So help people understand, though. I think about this, again, in the city of Newark, where we are, right? This incredible arts institution, the NJPAC, that has a great arts education.
It does. It has a great arts education program. It really does, yes.
Yeah. But help people understand why in a city like Newark, it's especially important.
It's especially important because you want people to succeed academically. You want people to stay in school. And the arts help provide mechanisms to keep people in school because children come to school anxious to be in the band or the orchestra or to dance or to paint. And
yeah, by the way, break down some of the specific programs that you have.
Well, we have, as I said, we have a visual arts program. We have a music program, so we have private lessons, we have group lessons. If someone takes a private lesson at our school, they get free music theory and free ensemble. We have about 50, 60 students studying piano. We have guitar students, so almost all the instruments, violin.
What are the ages?
The ages range. We actually have a music and movement program for babies. And
for babies?
Yes, and we go all the way up. So our oldest, she might not even want me to say this, but our oldest student, I believe, is about 86.
No.
Yes. It's from babies through 86, yes.
The 86-year-old student
Yes.
found you how?
She's been going to the school for a while, and her children go and her grandchildren go. She just loves taking piano lessons, yeah.
What's it like knowing that you're helping, you and your colleagues are helping younger people and others all the way up to the age of 86 learn to experience music in a way they otherwise never would be able to?
Well, I just personally feel passionate about it. I think it's very important. My wife is a piano teacher, and I've seen the way that that one-on-one relationship can just change a child's life.
Actually change their life.
It changes their life, yes. And so I just feel a passion that this is very important, and I feel that a lot of students are a lot of children are shortchanged when they don't have it in their life, and I just would like more people to have the opportunity to be able to participate. And I would really hope that corporations would start talking about STEAM instead of STEM. I think it's really important.
Make that clear to folks.
With STEM is science,
engineering,
and math,
and
which are all important, but it needs the A in there also, the arts.
And the A is?
Arts.
Who's your faculty?
Our faculty are made up of people that some have been there quite a long time and some are relatively new, but they're all high quality faculty members from conservatories and really excellent art programs.
Are they practitioners?
And most of them are practitioners, actually, yes. Yeah.
You love what you do.
Yes, I think it's very important.
So you and your wife, both in the arts?
Yes.
Dinner conversation about the arts?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes we try to talk about other things.
You don't talk politics, do you?
Never.
I was just going to say that. How did I know that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just knew that.
Yeah. And did you know that by the time you're 5 years old, the child's brain is 85% developed? And it makes it really important to read to your children and for them to participate in music starting at a very early age.
With all that you know, I have to ask you this. I'm a student of leadership. The number one lesson you learned about leadership is?
The number one lesson about leadership, I believe, is communication, getting people in alignment.
I love it. Larry Tambori is Executive Director of the Newark School of the Arts.
Thank you very much.
Keep changing lives. Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation and the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in association with NJTV and WNET. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJPAC has been provided by Investors Bank, Berkeley College, the North Ward Center, Century 21 Construction, Josh S. Weston, the Fidelco Group, and by the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.